Hi dear students. So today let's talk about terminator gene technology. Genetic use restriction technology GURTs are the name given to methods providing specific genetic switch mechanisms that restrict the unauthorized use of genetic material by hampering reproduction, that is variety specific VUGURT, or the expression of a trait specific TUGURT in a genetically modified plant. So there are two types of GURTs, variety specific and trait specific. Variety GURT, also known as suicide or sterile seed or terminator technology. It is designed to control plant fertility or seed development through a genetic process triggered by a chemical inducer that will allow the plant to grow and form seeds, but it will cause the embryo of each of those seeds to produce a cell toxin that will prevent its germination if replanted, thus causing second generation seeds to be sterile and allowing manufacturers to maintain their intellectual property rights and avoid concerns related to genetically modified seed dispersal. And the trait GURT. It is considered as the second generation of VGURT, and TGURT, also known as trait technology, is designed to switch on or off a particular trait such as herbicide, cold, drought, stress tolerance, pest resistance, germination, flowering, ripening, color, taste, and nutritional qualities of the plant, defense mechanisms or production of industrial or pharmaceutical compounds, using inducible promoter regulating the expression of the transgene through induced gene silencing, or by excitation of the transgene using a recombinase. In this case, the genetic modification is activated by a chemical treatment or by environmental factors such as heat, enabling the farmers to maintain the value-added traits of seeds. Both the nicknames Terminator and Traitor for these technologies were coined by the Canadian-based non-government organization Rural Advancement Foundation International. The first patent application related to a biological switch mechanism regulated by external inducers date back in the first years of the 1990s. The general molecular construction of both T and V GURTs are similar, and it includes a repressor gene, the gene switch that is responsive to an external stimulus, a recombinase gene, the trait activator gene, the expression of which is blocked by the repressor, and a target gene. The inducing substance has the following properties such as it's of mostly chemical origin, it's biodegradable, non-toxic for the ecosystem, as directly applicable in the field or in seeds, it's capable of being absorbed by the involved plant, and catalytic action should be specific for the target genetic system, and the induced genetic system should be sensitive to small doses of inducer. Let's see the mechanism for VGURT. In that, the first mechanism, this GURT is based on the transfer of a combination of three genes, two derived from bacteria and one from another plant, into a plant cells. The first one is a gene, a terminator gene, coding for a cytotoxic protein under control of a late embryogenesis abundant promoter linked to a DNA spacer, sequence flanked by specific excision sites that prevent the activation of the terminator gene. The second one is a phage P1 site specific recombinase gene, and this gene encodes a protein that cuts a specific excision site flanking the blocking sequence linked to the toxic gene. And the third one is a TN10 TET repressor gene under the control of a constitutive promoter and encoding a protein that binds to the TET operon, preventing the expression of the recombinase gene. The presence of an external stimulus prevents binding of the repressor to the operon. According to the US patent number 5723765, the chemical inducer in this is the antibiotic tetracycline. And in this diagram you can see, in the absence of an inducer, the repressor is unable to bind to the operator, and this allows the expression of the recombinants gene, and this recombinase removes the blocking sequence and allows the expression of the toxin. In the presence of an external inducer, the repressor binds to operator in presence of external inducer and leading to prevention of transcription of recombinase, and in this case the expression of the lethal gene is prevented. When the repressor binds to the operator contained in the promoter, it prevents transcription of the recombinase and the expression of the lethal gene is prevented. And if an inducer molecule is applied, it binds to the repressor and changes its conformation so that it is unable to bind the operator, and this allows for the expression of the recombinase gene, and the recombinase gene removes the blocking sequence and allow the expression of the toxin. In the absence of an inducer, repressor is unable to bind to the operator, and this allows expression of recombinase gene, and the recombinase remove the blocking sequence and allow the expression of the toxin, and the repressor binds to operator in the presence of an external inducer, leading to prevention of transcription of recombinase, and the expression of the lethal gene is prevented, and there is no toxin produced. Before being sold to the farmers, these seeds are exposed to the inducers that inhibit the function of the repressor, which causes transcription of the CRE recombinase gene, which produces CRE that recognizes the CRE blocking sequence in the lock sequence and splices locks from the genome. Genes under the control of the LEA promoter are only transcribed during late embryogenesis, when the seed accumulates motor with storage oil and protein and is drying down in preparation for the dormant period. During late embryogenesis, the ribosomal inactivating protein is expressed, leading to the abortion of all embryos. Thus, the seeds produced in the harvest will be sterile, and thus it cannot be stored for later cropping. Then the second mechanism, it is based on a reversed process. It is characterized by the presence of a gene encoding a disruptor protein permanently active in the seed, which makes it sterile. The gene promoter is under the control of a specific operator sequence. A further repressor protein whose gene is under control of a chemically inducible promoter can bind to the operator, inhibiting the expression of the disruptor protein. In the absence of the exogenous chemical inducer, no repressor protein is expressed. Therefore, the breeder must apply the specific chemical inducer throughout the process of seed multiplication to inactivate the disruptor gene that causes sterility, interrupting the application only at the time of selling the seeds. The third strategy is applied to vegetative reproducing species such as tuber and root crops and ornamental plants, where growth is prevented during the period in which they are stored to increase the shelf life of the product. This mechanism is patented by Seneca in 2011, involves a permanently active gene able to block the vegetative growth of the plant, preventing the multiplication of the seeds. This default expressed blocking gene can eventually be suppressed by application of a chemical, activating a second gene allowing the plant to develop. The next one is selectively terminable transgenics approach in VGURT. A strategy for creating selectively terminable transgenic plants without the insertion of a protein encoding genes has also been described. Here, a RNA interference cassette was introduced in tandem with the glyphosate tolerant spinol pyruvyl shikimate 3-phosphate synthase gene in transgenic plants. The RNA interference cassette consists of the CAMV335S promoter and an inverted repeat sequence of the cytochrome P450 gene, encoding the enzyme responsible in rice for detoxification of bendazone, or the inverted repeat sequence of the nicosulfuron detoxifying enzyme gene in corn. All of the glyphosate-tolerant transgenic plants are selectively and efficiently killed by spraying of pentazone or nicosulfuron respectively. In a variant of this strategy, a second transgene expressing the Bt insectate protein Cry1AB is also introduced. Next to the mechanism for TGURT, there are two main mechanisms which TGURT works. In first mechanism, a gene cassette is expressed in the seed and programmed so that the gene responsible for the production of a toxin or disruptor protein is instructed to undo a particular plant trait of interest without, however, killing the embryo. Thus, a desirable characteristic may be exercised selectively by applying or withholding chemical application before being sold to farmers. Consequently, the first generation plant is capable of expressing the trait of interest, but the second generation will not do it. So in this you can see that the binding of the repressor to the operator contained in the promoter prevents transcription of the disruptor protein, and the protein of interest is produced in the first as well as in the second generation. If an inducer molecule is applied, it binds to the repressor and changes its conformation so that it is unable to bind the operator, and this allows for the expression of the disruptor protein, and the gene of interest is excised without killing embryo in seeds of first generation plants and leading to absence of protein of interest in the second generation plant. In second mechanism of action, the gene encoding the trait of interest is kept silent, but it can be activated by the farmer through the application of a chemical inducer to the plant or seed. In the subsequent fertile generations, the gene is inherited in the inactive state so that the chemical must be purchased each year that farmer needs the trait to be expressed. The gene of interest can be activated by the farmer spraying a standing crop with an activated only at the occurrence of an unfavorable event, for example a pest disease. This focused strategy may help in reducing the build-up of resistance in the target population, whereas the flexible interventions would allow the grower to save on the purchase of chemicals. The GM gene deleter system is a promising technology developed to remove all functional transgenes from pollen, seeds, fruits, and other edible parts of the GM crops. It is a combined step strategy based on the use of two site-specific recombination systems to remove unneeded DNA after site-specific integration, and the innovative use of a site-specific recombinase to remove all transgenes from target organs to prevent gene flow. Here the two recombination systems are CRE logs from Bacteriophage P1 and FLP-FRT from Saccharomyces cerevisiae. The transgenes and FLP or CRE recombinant genes under control of tissue or developmental stage specific promoter are inserted within two fused logs FRT recognition sequences. The intellectual property protection is granted in the form of patents or plant varietal protection, also plant breeders' right, and at the international level by the UPOV and by the WTO trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights. The monitoring of patent right information by unauthorized use of seeds is difficult, time-consuming, and expensive. There are countries where plant varieties or biotechnological units are not protected and protected with an ineffective or very expensive intellectual property IPR system. An expiration date for the patents or the license is provided by these systems. And the genetic use restriction technologies, GURT, could be used for the environmental containment of transgenic seeds or transgenes, thus solving or marginalizing one of the greatest concerns associated with the GM crops. VGURTs may generally prevent unwanted gene flow from transgenic to non-transgenic varieties because pollen carries the dominant allele of the lethal inhibiting protein. As an indirect effect, the technology could reduce or remove the need for buffer zones for gene containment and prevent volunteered seeds from germinating or from expressing the GM trait. And also, it would be useful to effectively reduce the risk of creating super weeds by reducing the presence of the GM crop in subsequent years.